Welcome back to Easy English Talk Podcast.
Imagine waking up every morning stressed about money, working harder and harder, but somehow feeling emptier inside. Why does this happen to so many people? Welcome to Easy English Talk Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Priya. It's great to have you here with us today. This is going to be an interesting conversation.
Today, we're discussing why smart people never chase money, according to a wise man. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand a completely different way to think about wealth and success. We'll explore practical ideas that can change how you approach your career and life.
This topic is really important because so many people spend their whole lives running after money. They think more money will solve all their problems, but often they end up tired, unhappy, and still worried about money.
Exactly, and that's the problem we need to understand first. People believe that chasing money directly is the smart thing to do. They think if they focus only on earning more, everything else will fall into place.
But the reality is different. When you chase money as your main goal, you often make poor decisions. You might take jobs you hate or ignore what you're actually good at.
Right, and here's something interesting. The wise man we're talking about noticed that truly wealthy people don't wake up thinking about money. They wake up thinking about problems they want to solve.
That's a big difference. Instead of asking, how can I make more money today, they ask, what valuable thing can I create or do today? The money comes later as a result.
Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people who love cooking. One person thinks, I need to make money, so I'll open a restaurant because restaurants make money.
And the other person thinks, I love creating amazing food that makes people happy. How can I do this better? The first person is chasing money. The second person is chasing excellence.
And guess which one usually becomes more successful? The second one, almost always. Because when you chase excellence, money follows naturally.
It's like money is shy. If you chase it directly, it runs away. But if you focus on being excellent at something valuable, money comes to you.
That's a great way to put it. Now, let's talk about why this happens. Why does chasing money directly usually fail?
Well, when money is your only goal, you lose sight of quality. You might cut corners or do things halfway just to earn quickly. People can sense this, and they don't want to pay for something that feels rushed or cheap.
Exactly. And there's another problem. When you only think about money, you get desperate. Desperation shows, and it pushes opportunities away.
Think about someone trying to sell you something. If they seem desperate for your money, do you trust them? Probably not.
No, you feel uncomfortable. You want to get away from them. But if someone genuinely wants to help you solve a problem, you feel different.
You feel like they care about you. You trust them more. And you're more willing to pay them for their help.
So the wise approach is this. Focus on becoming extremely good at solving real problems. Find problems that many people have. Learn how to solve those problems better than anyone else.
And here's the key. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you can earn. If you solve a small problem for a few people, you'll earn a little. If you solve a big problem for many people, you'll earn a lot.
That's why smart people spend their time building skills instead of just chasing paychecks. They invest in learning, practicing, and getting better. They know this investment will pay off much more than just working for quick money.
It's like planting a tree. If you want fruit tomorrow, you'll be disappointed. But if you plant it today and take care of it, in a few years, you'll have fruit every season.
Beautiful example. Now, let's talk about what this looks like in real life. How do smart people actually approach this?
First, they choose something they're naturally interested in or good at, not just because it pays well, but because they can see themselves getting really good at it. This is important because you can't become excellent at something you hate.
Right. Passion and interest give you energy. When you're interested in something, you don't mind spending extra time learning and improving. Other people see this as hard work, but for you, it feels enjoyable.
And over time, this creates a huge advantage. While other people are counting hours and watching the clock, you're practicing and getting better. After a few years, you're far ahead of them.
Then comes the second part. Smart people focus on providing real value. They always ask, how can I help more people? Or how can I solve this problem better? This keeps them focused on what matters.
And here's something many people miss. Value isn't always about working harder. Sometimes it's about working smarter, being more creative, or understanding people better.
Let me share another example. Think about two teachers. One teacher just follows the textbook and finishes the class on time.
The other teacher thinks deeply about how students learn. They find creative ways to explain difficult topics. They care about whether students actually understand, not just whether the lesson is finished.
The second teacher provides more value. Students learn more, they enjoy the class more, and they tell others about this great teacher. Eventually, this teacher gets better opportunities and, yes, more money too.
But the money isn't the goal. The goal is teaching well. The money is just a natural result of doing something valuable.
Now, some people might be thinking, but I have bills to pay right now. I can't just ignore money. This is a fair concern. Let's talk about this.
The wise man doesn't say ignore money completely. He says don't make it your main focus. You still need to pay bills and be responsible.
But even while you're working to pay bills, you can start thinking differently. Instead of just doing the minimum at your job, you can ask, how can I solve problems better here? Even small improvements in how you work can make a difference.
And you can use your free time to build skills that will help you provide more value later. Maybe you learn something new, practice a skill, or study how successful people in your field work. This is investing in yourself.
The key is changing your mindset from I work for money to I work to create value and money follows. This might sound like a small change, but it changes everything. It changes how you make decisions about your career and life.
For example, imagine you get 2 job offers. One pays more money but teaches you nothing new. The other pays less but will help you develop valuable skills.
If you're chasing money, you take the first job. But if you're focused on building value, you might take the second job. Why? Because in a few years, those skills will help you earn much more.
It's about thinking long-term instead of short-term. People who chase money often think short-term. They want money now, even if it hurts them later.
Smart people think differently. They're willing to earn less now if it means earning much more later. They understand delayed gratification.
And this connects to another important idea. Smart people understand their earning power grows over time. When you're young and learning, you earn less.
But as you get better and better at creating value, your earning power increases. By the time you're 40 or 50, you can earn in 1 year what you used to earn in 5 years, but only if you spent the earlier years building skills and value, not just chasing quick money.
This is why education and learning are so important. Not just school education, but continuous learning throughout your life. Every new skill you learn increases your ability to create value.
And here's something else the wise man noticed. People who chase money often feel jealous of others. They see someone earning more and feel bad about themselves.
But people who focus on value don't feel this way. They see someone successful and think, what can I learn from them? They're not competing for money, they're trying to improve themselves.
This is a much healthier and happier way to live. Jealousy and comparison make you miserable, but curiosity and learning make you grow.
And when you focus on growth and value, something interesting happens. You start to enjoy your work more. Even difficult tasks become satisfying because you see yourself improving.
Exactly. And this creates a positive cycle. You enjoy your work more, so you do it better. You do it better, so you create more value.
You create more value, so you earn more money. You earn more money, which gives you more freedom and resources. And this makes you even better at creating value.
It all starts with that first shift in mindset. Stop chasing money directly. Start chasing excellence and value instead.
Now, let's talk about some practical steps. If someone listening wants to apply this wisdom, where should they start? What can they do today?
Great question. The first step is honest self-reflection. Ask yourself, what am I naturally good at? Or what do I enjoy learning about?
Don't worry if you're not the best in the world yet. Just find something where you have some interest and some ability. This is your starting point.
Second step, identify real problems related to this area. What do people struggle with? What needs improvement?
For example, if you're good with computers, maybe people struggle with losing their important files, or they don't know how to organize their digital life. These are real problems you could help solve.
Third step, start small. You don't need to solve the world's biggest problem on day one. Help one person solve their problem well.
Then help another person and another. Each time you're learning and getting better.
As you help more people, you build a reputation. People start to know you as someone who solves this particular problem well. This is more valuable than any advertisement you could buy.
And here's an important point. Always deliver more value than you promise. If someone pays you for 5 hours of work, give them 6 hours of quality. If they expect a good result, give them an excellent result.
This might sound like bad business advice. People might say, you're giving away free work, but actually, it's the smartest thing you can do.
Because when you exceed expectations, people remember you. They tell their friends about you. They come back to you again and again.
This is how you build long-term success, not by squeezing every penny from every customer, but by creating such good value that people can't help but recommend you.
And over time, you can increase your prices because people know you deliver exceptional value. They're willing to pay more because they trust you. See how this works?
The money grows naturally because the value grows. You're not chasing money. Money is chasing you because you've become so good at creating value.
Now, let's address another common concern. Some people say, but I'm not talented. I'm just ordinary. What about ordinary people?
Here's the truth. Most successful people aren't naturally talented geniuses. They're ordinary people who became extraordinary through consistent effort. They focused on getting better every day.
Talent helps, but it's not everything. Work ethic, consistency, and genuine care about doing good work matter more. Many talented people fail because they chase money instead of excellence.
And many ordinary people succeed because they focus on steady improvement. They show up every day. They learn from their mistakes.
They treat every customer, every project, every task as an opportunity to practice excellence. After a few years, they're not ordinary anymore. They've become experts.
So don't use "I'm not talented" as an excuse. Instead, ask yourself, am I willing to commit to getting better every day? If yes, you can succeed.
Another important aspect is patience. In today's world, everyone wants quick results. They want to be rich next month.
But building real value takes time. The wise man understood this. He knew that anything worthwhile requires patience and persistence.
Think about building a reputation. Can you build a strong reputation in 1 month? No, it takes years of consistently delivering good work.
But once you have that reputation, it's incredibly valuable. People seek you out. Opportunities come to you.
And this is so much better than constantly chasing the next paycheck. When opportunities come to you, you can choose the best ones. You have power and freedom.
But when you're desperately chasing money, you have to take whatever you can get. You have no power. You're always anxious and stressed.
This is why the wise man said, smart people never chase money. They know that chasing money leads to stress and poor decisions, but creating value leads to sustainable wealth and happiness.
Let's talk about happiness for a moment, because money and happiness are connected, but not in the way most people think. Research shows that money increases happiness up to a point.
Up to the point where you can meet your basic needs comfortably. After that, more money doesn't make you much happier. What makes you happy is feeling like your work matters.
Exactly. And this is another reason to focus on value instead of money. When you create real value, you feel like you're making a difference. This gives you genuine satisfaction.
But when you just chase money, even if you get rich, you often feel empty inside. You ask yourself, is this all there is? The money didn't bring the happiness you expected.
So by focusing on creating value, you get two benefits. First, you earn money sustainably. Second, you feel fulfilled and happy.
This is true wealth, not just having money, but feeling satisfied with your life, feeling like you're using your abilities well.
Now, let's discuss what happens when you encounter setbacks. Because everyone faces challenges. How should you think about this?
If you're chasing money and you fail to earn enough 1 month, it feels like a disaster. You panic, you feel like a failure.
But if you're focused on creating value and building skills, a setback is different. You see it as a learning experience. You ask, what can I improve?
This mindset makes you resilient. You don't give up when things get hard. You keep improving, keep learning, keep growing.
And this resilience is crucial for long-term success. Everyone successful has failed many times, but they kept going because they believed in the value they were creating.
If their only goal was money, they would have quit when they failed. But their goal was to solve problems and create value, so they kept trying different approaches until they succeeded.
This brings us to another key insight. Smart people understand that there are many ways to create value. If one approach doesn't work, they try another.
They're flexible and creative. They're not stuck on one method of earning money. They're always exploring new ways to help people and solve problems.
This flexibility is important in today's changing world. Jobs and industries change quickly. If you're only chasing money in one specific way, you might get left behind.
But if you're focused on creating value and building diverse skills, you can adapt. When one industry declines, you can apply your skills somewhere else. You're not trapped.
And here's something many people don't realize. The most valuable skill you can develop is the ability to learn new skills quickly. This is called meta-learning.
When you can learn quickly, you can adapt to any situation. New technology, you can learn it. New industry, you can understand it.
This makes you incredibly valuable. Companies and customers will pay well for someone who can learn and adapt. So invest time in learning how to learn.
Read books about learning techniques. Practice learning new things, even small things. The more you practice learning, the better you get at it.
Now let's talk about relationships, because creating value isn't just about skills. It's also about how you treat people.
Smart people understand that relationships are valuable. When you help someone genuinely without just thinking about what you'll get back, you create goodwill. People remember kindness.
And often, opportunities come from relationships. Someone you helped 3 years ago might recommend you for a great project. Someone you treated well might introduce you to an important connection.
But if you only think about money, you treat people as transactions. You're nice to them only when you need something. People feel this and they don't like it.
So focus on building genuine relationships. Help people when you can. Share knowledge freely.
Some people worry if I share my knowledge, others will copy me. But actually, the more you share, the more you're seen as an expert. People respect and trust you more.
And there's always more to learn. Just because you teach someone something doesn't mean you stop growing. You keep learning and staying ahead.
Plus, teaching others actually helps you learn better. When you explain something, you understand it more deeply yourself. So sharing knowledge makes you better too.
This is the abundance mindset. There's enough success for everyone. When you help others succeed, it doesn't hurt you. It often helps you too.
Compare this to the scarcity mindset of people who chase money. They think there's only so much money available. They see others as competitors they need to beat.
This mindset creates stress and loneliness. You can't trust anyone because everyone is a competitor. You can't celebrate others' success because you see it as your loss.
But with an abundance mindset, you can celebrate others. You can collaborate instead of compete. You can build networks where everyone helps each other grow.
And these networks become incredibly valuable, much more valuable than money alone. They open doors that money can't open.
So as you focus on creating value, also focus on creating genuine connections. Be someone people want to work with. Be reliable, honest, and helpful.
Let's bring this all together now. We've talked about many ideas. What's the core message we want you to remember?
The core message is this: shift your focus from chasing money to creating value. Money is important, but it should be a result, not the goal. The goal should be solving problems, building skills, and helping people.
When you do this, money comes naturally, and it comes in a sustainable, fulfilling way. You're not stressed and desperate. You're confident and growing.
Start today by asking yourself, what value can I create? Not how can I make money, but how can I help someone? This one question can change your entire career path.
Be patient with yourself. Building value takes time, but every day you spend improving, you're investing in a better future.
And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be genuinely committed to getting better and helping people.
The wise man who understood this principle lived a life of abundance. Not just financial abundance, but abundance in happiness, relationships, and meaning. You can have this too.
It all starts with that shift in perspective. Stop chasing money like it's running away from you. Instead, plant seeds of value that will grow into trees of abundance.
Some of these trees will bear fruit quickly. Others will take years. But if you keep planting and caring for them, eventually you'll have an orchard.
And that orchard will provide for you far more than chasing money ever could. This is the wisdom that smart people understand. This is why they never chase money.
We hope this conversation has given you a new way to think about money and success. These ideas might be simple, but applying them can transform your life. It's not about complicated strategies. It's about focus and mindset.
Focus on excellence. Focus on value. Focus on serving others well.
The money will follow, and when it does, it will come with peace of mind and satisfaction, not the anxiety and emptiness that comes from just chasing money. This is the difference between being rich and being wealthy.
Rich is just having money. Wealthy is having money plus happiness plus meaningful work plus good relationships. That's what we really want.
And it's completely achievable when you approach it the right way. The way of wisdom instead of the way of desperation. The way of building instead of the way of grabbing.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We really appreciate you listening to Easy English Talk podcast. These conversations mean a lot to us, and we hope they help you think about life in new and useful ways.
If you found this discussion valuable, we have many other episodes that explore different topics in simple, clear English. You might enjoy our conversation about building good habits, or our episode on why successful people wake up early, or our discussion about handling difficult people at work. Just explore Easy English Talk podcast and find topics that interest you.
We create each episode to help you learn English while also learning useful ideas about life, work, and personal growth. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. We'll be here with more conversations soon.
Until next time, remember, don't chase money, create value. The rest will follow. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.